Hello and welcome to a what I eat in a day for fat loss. If you're new here, my name is Bethany. I am a fat loss coach and currently I'm losing fat for my holiday. Now, if you've watched what I eat in a day, it's pretty unuseful for the average person watching it. It's more like just mental masturbation, is what I like to say. It's not actually giving you value, it just looks pretty. Now, today it's gonna look pretty, but I'm actually gonna give you the lowdown on how to actually figure out what you need to eat in a day. Not just me, I'm gonna give you an example of what I eat in a day, but I'm gonna show you how you can figure it out for yourself. So I want you to first start off with your calorie deficit calories. For me, this is 1,600. If you do want to understand what your calorie deficit calories are, just go to the link in the description. I've linked my calorie calculator down below. You can see all that there. Once you've got your calorie number, you need to then decide how many meals and snacks you want in a day. Because if you're just tracking your calories and that's all you're doing, and every single time you go eat food, you're just picking it up and scanning it and putting it in your MyFitnessPal, and then you get to the end of the day and you think, fuck, I've got no calories left, but I've got my whole tea to have and I'm absolutely starving. It's because you're just tracking your calories and you've got absolutely no structure behind you. And this is exactly what we're doing here. So losing fat, if you want to put it on easy mode, you need to have a structure. And the more routine you have with this structure, more automatic it's just going to be every single day. So take a calorie goal, then we're going to split it out into the amount of meals and snacks that we're going to have. So for me, I just like a plain and simple 4 meals a day. So that's meal 1, meal 2, meal 3, and meal 4. I've got your meals. I want you to actually ask yourself, what time am I going to be having all these meals? So for me, meal 1 is around about 8 AM, meal 2 about 12 PM, meal 3 about 3 PM, and then meal 4 about 7 PM. Boom, that's me done. I know when I'm eating, I know what I'm eating. Now, we need to split the 1,600 calories out to the meals. So what I would suggest you do is just do a plain and simple divide across the board. Or what you can do, if you feel like you're more hungry in certain parts of the day, favour that as much as possible. So for me, I just like to split it across the day. So that means I've got 4 meals in the day at 400 calories each. Now look how simple that is. I've gone from thinking I've got 1,600 calories and I've got all this food and I don't know how to fit it in, I don't know how I'm going to keep on top of my hunger levels, to now having 4 meals, 400 calories each. I know exactly when I'm eating them and I know exactly what to eat. If you want to go further from here, you can actually list out like 3 to 4 meal ideas for each kind of meal in the day that you have. And then all you need to do is just have these on rotation. So for example, I could have overnight oats, omelette, protein pancakes, whatever for meal 1. Meal 2, again, you could just create so many different options and ideas. And then whenever you come to do it, you've basically made yourself a fully flexible meal plan that you can just work from every single day, which is just marvelous. But that's what I do whenever I'm in a fat loss phase. I'm going to show you a full example of what that looks like within the day-to-day. So let's go. For breakfast, I am having my good old famous overnight oats. Like, look, my breakfast's done. My breakfast is done. I've just gone in the fridge. Here it is, it's done. And this is the reason why I absolutely love this breakfast. I don't know about you, but on the morning, I just want to be up, out the door, getting on with my day. Biggest tip when you lose some fat, if you are someone who is failing every single day, maybe you're not reaching your calories every single day, maybe you get to the end of every single day and you're not reaching your steps, I want you at the end of the day to think about what was the hardest thing. Identify what's been hard and why it's been hard, and then make a solution that's going to actually work on my life around it. Long-winded, but it makes sense. And that's exactly what I do every single day, which has enabled me in the past to lose weight really easily, because you're working with yourself, you're not working against yourself. Let me give you an up-close and person now. So here she is. She's got a load of volume in, she's got a load of protein in. Like, I believe a lot of the ingredients in here are not only just good for your health, but they are actually tailored to keep you fuller for longer. So overnight oats, let me show you how to make it. Make sure that you're using a scale. I can't stress this enough, because when you're tracking your calories, little things like oats, like chia seeds, like I've got some cow nibs here, protein powder. If you're just putting a few spoonfuls in and thinking, ah, yeah, that's 30 grams, oh yeah, that's 1 teaspoon, you're not actually going to get the accurate result. And that over the whole day, you could be consuming like 100 to 200 calories more than what you think. And that could just literally be the simple reason as to why you're not losing fat. You're doing everything, but you're just not using a weighing scale, which is stopping you from losing fat. So please, for the love of God, weigh your shit out, okay? We're gonna start with our oats. Now, I said this on my Instagram stories the other day. When you're losing fat, you don't need to eat different meals. You just need to reduce the quantity of the things that you're eating. And that doesn't necessarily mean reduce the volume, it's reducing the quantity and then replacing that with things that are higher in volume. So let me explain. I usually have about 35 to 40 grams of oats in the morning. When I'm not cutting down, I usually have about 50 to 60 grams of oats. So that's instantly taken off about 50 to 60 calories. So we're going to start off with our oats, whack them in there. We're going to use 35 grams. Then we're going to put up a couple of other things in. We've got flax seeds and chia seeds. We're mainly using these because they help kind of like stick the overnight oats together and make them nice and like brownie batter-like. Also, they are so good for your gut. Got loads of fibre in and just really good for your gut health. So we're going to put 5 grams of each of those in. Again, when I'm not losing fat, I usually put 10 grams in each, but literally just reducing that down to 5. My overnight oats are no different. I don't feel any less full or any more full. And like I said, simple things like this can make the biggest difference. And lastly, we've got cacao nibs. So we're going to put 5 grams of that in as well. Then we've got our protein powder. So we're going to put 30 grams of protein powder in. Now we just need to add the liquids and the fruit and we're done. We're going to pop 100 ml of your milk of choice in there, and then we're going to add 100 ml of water as well. That's just like a little simple swap that enables you to save a couple of calories. To me, I don't see the difference between using water or milk, but you've saved about 50 calories from doing that. Give it a good old big stir, make sure all of the protein powder and everything is not clumpy in the bottom. We don't want to be waking up to clumpy overnight oats. And the last thing that we're going to do, which is the most important thing, is add frozen fruit. Now this is not only going to give you that little bit of a sweet kick, but it's going to add us volume. So we've got frozen cherries and then frozen rasps. 30 grams in of each. All you need to do is pop that in the fridge. I normally just do it overnight because it's just easier, but it actually is normally ready within a couple of hours. So pop it in the fridge, and then and there it's done. Hello, we are on to meal 2 now. It is currently 1:30. So for meal 2 today, we have got an omelette. It is coming to 321 calories, 38 grams of protein, 12 grams of fat, and 5 grams of carbs. And you're probably thinking, Bethany, what in the keto diet is this? Where are the carbs? And the reason being for the fact that I'm not having many carbs in this meal is because I would rather keep my carbs around my training session. I don't actually feel that hungry right now. I've had my overnight oats this morning. I've not really done that much activity this morning. I've done a couple of steps, but I want to keep my carbs for around my training session so that I can have more energy around that. And this is like fat loss in easy mode. This omelette is delish and it's so big, it's so filling. Oh, let's go make it. So, welcome to my hob. First of all, we're going to need some oil. Now, big trick when you're losing fat, use a spray oil. Don't use pourry oil because it's so easy to just pour out loads. So this one it's from Costco actually, it's avocado oil. It's literally an aerosol, so that's all you need. That's literally all you need. And I track that as like 3 grams of oil, which I think comes out about 20-ish calories. But yes, use a spray oil. Easy saving calories. Then the next thing we're going to do is go to the fridge. Let me take you with us. And we're literally just going to pick a couple of veggies. Now, whatever veggies you have in, get the scraps. Get the scraps that's in your fridge. We've got some sweet corn that I put in there. We've got some frozen peas. We've got some frozen peppers. And we've got some rogue tomatoes in there as well. I always love this meal because there is no excuse. You'll always have some rogue veggies that are going off in your fridge. Whack them in here, use them all up, and you're gonna have a solid meal every single day. Even if it's the last day of the week and the food truck's needing to come, you are gonna have the ingredients for this meal, and it's never gonna leave you. It's never gonna leave you, and you're always gonna be able to rely on it. Get your veggies in there. Then for the egg part of the omelette, we're going to be using 2 eggs and 100 ml of egg whites. This is such a good fat loss hack. For 100 ml of egg whites, there are 48 calories and over 10 grams of protein, and it just adds so much volume to your omelette. It makes it rise so high, and it just adds so much volume, which is what you want. That's straight in the pan over the top of everything else. We're going to add a few spices, salt, pepper, and if you like a kick like me, we've got some chilies. Now, here's where the trick of the omelette comes into place. To make this twice the height, we're literally just going to whack it into the grill. So do you see how my omelette's still like really watery on top? We're not going to cook it all the way through on the hob. We're going to pop it under the grill. Make sure your grill's nice and hot. Keep the door open just so it doesn't overheat. and we're just gonna stick that in there for like 5 minutes, and honestly, it literally doubles in size. Right, are you ready to see the omelette reveal? Whew, are we seeing the size of that bad boy? She is thick, and all of that is only 300 calories. Are you taking the PISS? Because I'm not. That is unbelievable. That is unbelievable. I told you, fat loss on easy mode. That is exactly what we're aiming for. Let's plate her up. There she is, beautiful. And then what we're gonna do is add a little bit of this sriracha hot sauce. It has 12 calories per 15 grams, which is just absolutely nothing. Sometimes you just need a little bit of sauce on there. And sriracha is one of those that gives the sauce, but not the calories, which is what we want. Omelette at 300 calories with a side of cucumber and sriracha, absolutely easy. Okay, snack time or afternoon meal has arrived, and we are having our high carby meal. This is just before I go to the gym. So what I'm gonna have is some toast banana, and that comes to 211 calories, 27 grams of carbs, 7 fat and 8 protein, so majority carbs. It's just gonna give me something on my stomach when I am training and give me that extra energy that I'm having now instead of lunchtime, which it does make a difference when you're training. Yes, cheers. Hello, it's currently 5 to 7 and just been in the gym. Need to have my tea now, but you know what, like, it gets to this time in the day and I cannot be bothered to make food. The last thing I want to do is make tea. This is my forte. This is my niche. This is what I'm good at. Making food when you can't be asked to make food. And what I'm going to show you right now is the ultimate can't be asked meal. Basically whack it all in a pot, shove it in the oven, you come back half an hour later and your meal is fully done. So this is my 1 pot chicken and rice meal prep. You've probably all heard about it before, you've probably all made it before, but I'm going to show you all again, because if you haven't, you need to get it in your life, because it's honestly, it's the jog bollocks when you cannot be asked to make food. So let's go and do it. First thing that we need, a glass dish. Then you're gonna grab some dry basmati rice. And we're gonna weigh out 50 grams. This is the thing when you're losing fat. It doesn't look like there's much there at all. I mean, have a look at that. There is like barely any rice there. But once it volumizes up with the chicken, with the veg, with obviously rice kind of absorbs the water, it is enough for what you need it for. So make sure you always use weighing scale, because that can catch you out really easily when you're losing fat. Step 2, go to your fridge. I'll take you along with me so you can see what I mean by go to your fridge. Literally go in here and get any scraps of vegetables that you can find. I have got some tennis broccoli, we've got some pepper, and we've got some sweet corn as well. And we've also got some courgette. Get all your scraps and come back to the dish. All you need to do is chop up your veggies, give them a wash, and whack them straight in with the rice. We're then going to grab some chicken along with a little bowl. Pop the bowl on the weighing scale so we know exactly how much chicken to track. Pop that bad boy up with our good old scissors. Put it straight in the bowl. We've got 160 grams there. All we're going to do is season that shit up. I've got a load of random spices that's in my drawer. We've got some paprika, we've got some salt, we've got some pepper, we've got a little bit of barbecue sauce. And then all we're going to do from here is stir that all in. And the reason we're doing it in this little dish is so that the chicken can stay really like flavorful when we're doing when we're putting it in the glass dish. Nice one. So we're gonna just set that aside literally for the next 5 minutes, let it marinate in its juices, and we're gonna come back to the rice and the veggies. So with this, we need the broth for the veggies and the rice to kind of cook and seep in. So we're gonna grab a jug, boil the kettle. Then for the pasta, then for the rice water, what we're gonna do is pop some chicken bone broth in. This is such a good hack if you do struggle to get your protein in, or if you just want some really tasty chicken broth basically. But per 2 discs, so you get, they come in like discs in the pack, per 2 of these, it's got 11.8 grams of protein. You just get these from M&S, you get loads in a pack, they last me a good while, and I normally just put 1 or 2 in when I make a rice, and it makes it really creamy, get some more protein in, and you've got all the nutrients from the bone broth as well. And then when you're making rice, you want 1 part rice and 2 parts water. So we've got 50 grams of rice, so we're going to do about 100 grams of water. Sometimes I do more like 150, just by the time you've got like the veggies in and stuff like that, it needs a little bit more. But as long as it's around about two times, you'll be on the job with it. We're just going to dissolve that chicken stock disc. And and then pour that stock all over the rice and veggies that we've got there. Give it a nice mix together just to make sure everything is all involved. And then just get the chicken that we just marinated before and just place it all over the top. You can make so many different versions of this recipe. To be honest, tonight, like I said, I couldn't really be bothered, so I'm just whacking in a random chicken and rice concoction. But I have actually got a video on my channel already that has loads of different flavours that you can try. My personal favourite is the lasagna chicken and rice. It is absolutely beautiful. It's got like lasagna flavours, but it's obviously chicken and rice instead of mince and pasta. It's beautiful. But that is the finished product there. So all of that, you whack it all in the oven, put it in for like 30 to 40 minutes on 180. It took us 2 seconds to whack everything in a tub. You can make loads of these for the week, and you can have it for your lunch, you can have it for your dinner. Like, it's so versatile. If you're one of these people who has a really busy week, you have something on every single night, but you still want to stay on track with your goals, get a 1-pot chicken and rice in your oven, get 4 or 5 in, and you've got them there for the whole week. Boom, done, sorted. Pop that in there, and I'll see you in 40 minutes. Okay, 40 minutes has passed and they're ready to come out the oven now. Give you a nice close-up of that. There we have it. So that literally took us 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes of preparation, 40 minutes whacking the oven. While it was whacking the oven, I went round and hoovered the whole apartment. I did a few clean up bits, and it's something, if you're struggling to like, do something, it's really important that you task pair. If I made something that was really hands-on for 40 minutes, I'd be over the top for 40 minutes, cooking, cleaning, washing up. But with this, you literally whack everything in, 40-minute timer on, and sometimes I challenge myself, I'm like, right, how much can I get done in 40 minutes? Whiz round, clean everything up, get everything sorted, and just hit 2 birds, 1 stone. So there we have it. I'm gonna whack a little bit of sauce on, and I'm gonna dig right in. You didn't think I was gonna stop there, did you? You didn't think I was gonna stop there. You know me too well. Come on. No day ends without a good bit of chalk. Good bit of chalk and a cup of tea, right? That is one rule I have for you all, whether you're losing fat, whether you're not. Have the end of your day with a cup of tea and a bit of chocolate. This is my new favourite chocolate. It's the Aldi salted caramel chocolate. It is beautiful. I normally have a load of fruit with it. This week I've got some peaches in, so I'm gonna have a peach and half a bar of chocolate and a cup of tea, and that ends my day perfectly. And that is my day done. 1,600 calories. We're currently on day 4 of fat loss, and we've got 39 more days to go. No, we haven't. We've got 39 days in total, so we've got 35 more days to go of fat loss. I will give you an update. We'll do an updated video in the meantime, but love you all. See you all next week. Next week, Sunday 6 PM. That's when I upload. Subscribe, and I'll see you all later.